Good morning everybody, my name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here in my flat in Rochester, Kent. Good morning. It's a bit cooler this morning, a little bit. Today is Tuesday and I'm not planning on doing very much today. I'm just relaxing, chilling out and just taking life as it comes. I'm not getting hit up, agitated, angry or upset. I'm just getting on with my life. And one of those things I've decided to do is give TikTok a break. TikTok, it should be called Toxic Talk. Toxic, very nasty application that needs a great overhaul. TikTok really need to sort the bullying out. It's terrible. I've had enough of it. It's not just when I live stream, I get the feeling that they're not real people in there. They're just, people being nosy, people that that don't like me, just watching it. Not all of them. It seems orchestrated as well. So I tried a whole day without going live streaming, and I looked at my post. Yeah, fake, absolute fake. And I know it sounds paranoid and I know it sounds like I'm crazy, but my post is fake. Yeah, it's fake. Everything in my life is fake. It's a joke, and I just carrying on in this world that I'm living in, making the most of what I've got, and I'm happy to be that way. I like being by myself. I like my own company. I don't like liars, people that lie, blatantly lie, and then when you confront them, they deny they've lied, and you know for a fact they have. I don't want fakes in my life, and that means there's nobody in it, really. There's nobody in it. And to be living on your own, totally on your own, is a strong thing to do. You rely on yourself, and you deal with everything yourself. And I have for a long time. Otherwise, I don't want somebody ordering me about, telling me what to do, slapping me when I've done something wrong. I've had enough of relationships like that, right? So I'm far more better on my own, and women won't believe it because I didn't. You think it's love when a man is slapping you about and they're doing it. No, they don't love you. It's an illness they have that needs being treated, okay? And you think you need them because it's a form of abuse. It is a form of abuse, making you feel you need them by controlling you, okay? You're better on your own. You are. I left an abusive relationship. I've left more than one abusive relationships, yeah? I'm trying to heal. I'm in my 50s and I'm trying to heal from domestic violence, relationships with my parents that were toxic, right? My own parents were abusive to me. My mum wasn't violent, as in smacking me about, but she was mentally abusive. Because as a child I was called names by both my parents. Both of them called me names and made me feel horrible about the way I look. Hence, when I went to school, I was bullied the fuck out of. Now, I don't give a shit what anybody calls me. I will make fun of it. I will show everybody else what these evil shits are doing, right? It's childish, it's silly, but it's it's a form of sexual abuse in my case as well. Because it was all right for my dad to abuse me, men to abuse me. I was this, I was that. Yeah? These abusers rape and molest disabled children and disabled women and men. They would do that. That is tactics to make you feel inferior, to make you feel small. Oh, no one's going to love me. I look terrible. And then they come to you and they abuse you sexually, yeah? I'm not having it anymore. Yeah, I'm this and I'm that. And then, Max, stop it. There's a good boy. Good boy. Come on. It's the cat. It's Harry winding Max up. That's all that is. It's Harry winding Max up. So, I grew up with a mum and dad that abused me. And I am going to say my mum as well, because it was mental abuse. Okay? A child living in a home of sexual abuse and mental abuse. I went to school, I was bullied to fuck. I left school, I could have gone to university, but I didn't. I was unable to learn at school for the bullying. It was that bad. Went to work. Sexual bullying in the workplace. So I was being bullied at home by my dad and sexually abused. I went to work and I was being sexually abused and mentally abused at work. It's everywhere I go. These, whatever they are, think I'm their property so that they can abuse and treat me like shit. So I've decided to block everyone out of my life, including my mother, who continuously rings me on the phone 3 or 4 times a day, and I'm not being taken the piss out of anymore. These people that are taking the piss out of me, including my mum, aren't models. They aren't super beings. They aren't particularly beautiful. And that's why they bully the shit out of me. It makes them feel better, including my mother. And I've said it. Laughing at me. Okay, if you're a supermodel and you look fantastic, take the piss out of me. But if you don't. My mum's guilty of it, absolutely. Destroying my childhood along with my father. I was treated like shit. I was cruelly treated, mistreated and neglected. And I'm going to say that. And why would I want to go and visit somebody that to this day, every time I go and see them, tortures me mentally? Why? A woman that thinks it's okay to take the mickey out of people, including her own daughter, and the only one that's left out of 3 children. I'm sick of all this. I don't have to speak to people that are nasty to me. I don't have to communicate with people that are being cruel to me. Now, when we go on to TikTok, even when I go into people's live streams, it's happening. Now, TikTok can piss off. I don't need TikTok. I'm not addicted to TikTok. Yeah? Coming into my live streams taking the piss. I go into other people's live streams, they're taking the piss. Piss off. I don't need it. I'm going to continue to grow and thrive like I never did as a child. I'm continuing to give myself therapy, my own self-therapy, because all that's been done to me, and including other people that are suffering, you know, you can't afford to give them therapy. So I'll give myself my own therapy and nobody pays me. Right? Say it's okay to copy the fuck out of me, take everything that I do and make money out of it, and you fucking think you're gonna get away with it. Well, if you've got nothing to fucking pinch, you ain't gonna get any more, are you? And the troll that steals my YouTube videos, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Go and spread it everywhere, that what you've done. So last night, yeah, I was in my flat getting ready to go out, and the Kent police come round. Not the Metropolitan Police, I don't live in London. The Kent police park outside the disabled lady's flat downstairs and come up to my next door neighbour, and they cause a disturbance. They're banging on the door, that the neighbour's not answering. I go and look out my spy hole. 2 police, male and female. Next door, after they've left, become noisy and sound aggressive. And I'm not going banging on their door to tell them to stop being noisy. And no one's going to do anything till after 11 o'clock or anyway, so you have to put up with it. Yeah? They are a black family next door. And I've been taken the piss out of, haven't I? Me, with my name. So yeah, I know what they're doing. It's disgraceful. And the police are involved in the abuse as well. I don't want to mention the guy upstairs, the man that I have had to put up with, living above me for 4 years now, that I reported to the housing for abuse of noise nuisance above my head and cannabis smoking, right, and amongst other things. Right? This is the last time I'm going to mention the guy, because people that are being horrible to me are not worth mentioning, right? So let's go back, and I don't want to say this anymore. He has a Ford Mondeo like Levi Belfield. It's navy blue. He usually parks outside Tracy's flat downstairs. The disabled lady with the bald head and the wheelchair. Right? Last weekend, I didn't mention them. He had his kids over. One of his older kids was wearing a red t-shirt like mine, and the teenage lad is big. He's a large lad. He's bigger than me. So his kid had a red t-shirt on, right? He parked his car opposite my flat, the Ford Mondeo, at the weekend. I took no notice. I didn't mention any of them, right? Just ignored it. This guy used to dress his kids up in Puma clothing. And they used to bend over and bare their bottoms at me when I first moved in here. I didn't want to report the guy to the council, but he wouldn't listen. He was just letting his kids terrorise me above my ceiling. I was terrorised every single day for a couple of years until it stopped. right? And it happens every 2 weekends now. And it does make me, I've got PTSD from it, post-traumatic stress disorder. So whenever someone thumps something down, it makes me fucking jump. They threw chocolate bar wrappers on my balcony. Dairy milk chocolate. Jealous because I was talking to my mother and my real name is Genestra. Not Jennifer, Genestra. So they take the mickey out of my first name. When I started my first job, someone said to me, I thought you was black. Black. I said, no. I said, what would it matter if I was black anyway? And she went, oh, no, no, no. I went, well, what a thing to say to someone that's just starting their job. Rude. Oh, I thought you was black. By my name. So they do know what they're doing and they are doing it. It's not in my head, okay? It's been going on for too long and it's about time they all grew up. I've got a lot to tell you, a lot that I went through in Gloucestershire with this abuse, right? I've got loads to say. I can't say it on TikTok. TikTok is more entertainment than fucking taking people seriously. There's a load of immature idiots on TikTok. So last night, the police parked where the guy upstairs parks his Ford Mondeo. And it was a Ford police car. And he doesn't frighten me upstairs. He's a nuisance. Which he did at the weekend while I was trying to do a TikTok live stream. Making a nuisance of himself. So the police were parked where his car usually parks. Get it? I've taken the police number plate down because they're involved in this abuse, including the mickey taking. Coming into my flat fucking laughing at me. And the one police officer had vampire teeth. Happened in Gloucestershire as well when I went to report my circumstances to the newspapers. The place I was living in was a safe house up in Gloucestershire, and I went to the Citizen newspaper to report my living conditions to the newspaper. But they're all in on it together. There's Freemasons in Gloucestershire as well, and the police are bent there as well. And I walked into the Citizen newspaper. There was a black girl with a twisted tooth on the reception desk. They knew I was going to the fucking newspapers. They know. So they put a stooge behind the desk, a black double of me with a twisted tooth. They thought that was going to make me angry, but I still persisted to put my article in the newspaper. But it never went in the Citizen. They even got a cameraman to photograph me with my baby outside the safe house that wasn't safe to live in. But the article never went in the newspapers. No. And at that time, Prince Harry was on the front page dressed as a Nazi. He was dressed as a Nazi, Prince Harry, at that time. On the newspaper when I was going through all that. I went through a load of shitty stuff in Gloucestershire. I'm going to break it down. I'm not going to use TikTok anymore. There's immature people in there that are begging for money, and that's all they want, you know. They're trying to beg people for money, and I'm sick of it. It should be called Beg Talk, not TikTok. It's people begging for money, and I haven't got any to give them. Not using it for a while, staying away from it. So, the guy upstairs went out yesterday, what was it, about 10 to 6? He comes home after I come in. So he's been out all day. And he comes in about 8, after 8. And they start to become a effing nuisance. The guys that have had the police round, it sounds like a fucking fairground in there. Absolutely awful noise. And then it sounds like someone's shifting cupboards at 2 in the morning. And I go outside and it's them next door. About 2 in the morning, like banging cupboards about and going outside in the corridor. Meantime, I'm getting messages off TikTok. Oh, hello, how are you? How are you feeling? And they're banging next door like fuckery. How are you? How are you feeling? Crystal, how's your day been? And it hasn't been too bad because I've been ignoring these idiots. And I'm just not using TikTok anymore because that's where it's fucking coming from. That is where it's coming from. These bullies and trolls. And don't forget that I first used TikTok back when I was living with my mum and dad. That must have been, Alexa, how long has TikTok been going?
Good morning, Crystal. Here is an answer from an Alexa Answers contributor that I translated. TikTok has been around since September 2016.
Yeah. So, 2017, 2018? Yeah, 2017, 2018, 19, that I've been using TikTok, and I got bullied to fuck. I had to report people to the police because I uploaded some videos in 2018 and 19, and someone called me a granny nonce. A granny nonce. And I reported them to the police. And my videos went viral, and people started hanging about down Victoria Road, where I used to go and visit my parents. They used to hang about. My videos went viral, and I was getting a load of shit. I was going up to visit my parents when they first moved to Durrell Gardens, and I was getting bullying on the streets. And I reported it to the police. And they're just, some teenagers call people in their 30s nonces because I was told it was an application only for teenagers. That's what I was told, and what was I doing on it? And they started harassing me and sending me messages, and I reported it to the police. And since then we've had Anthony Hopkins on the application, who's 80. Anthony Hopkins and a load of other people 30 plus on the application since I reported it to the police. I was being harassed from TikTok. I've been on YouTube since 2009, I believe. Alexa, when did YouTube first begin?
From wikipedia.org. YouTube is an American online video sharing platform headquartered in San Bruno, California, founded by 3 former PayPal employees, Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and George Kareem in February 2005.
So I've been on YouTube since 2009. And I got abusive messages on there as well of a sexual nature, and that's an American platform. So there's something underhand going on, because I've actually been bullied since I was a kid, sexually bullied. I've been raped and assaulted and mistreated and abused and tortured, and they don't want you to speak about it. They don't. And I'm going to have to start from the beginning, which I will do. I'm trying to get hold of someone that will do a podcast where I can actually talk about it. I want this behaviour from grown adults to stop. Leave me alone. And why are they still sexually bullying me in my 50s? Isn't it safe for me to walk outside and walk my dog without being accosted by disgraceful men hunting me like some wild animal? I'm in my 50s now. Why is it still going on? So I just wanted to talk about the fact that I'm giving TikTok a break. There's no messages come up on my phone because I've actually deleted the application. I've deleted it. I just believe it's all fake. I'm being sexually approached by men in TikTok. Sexually approached, and I know many women are as well on there. It's not just me. By unsavoury men, talking of a sexual nature. How can you possibly say to somebody, which someone said to me last night, I said, this isn't a dating app. I'm not interested in dating. And then the person continues to go, I'm 35, I'm looking for a wife. And I said, no, I'm not interested. Why not? Like, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you interested? I'm not interested. And they kept on and on and on and on. And then when I said no to that one, another one appeared. And if I'm so damn fucking ugly and so damn fucking horrible, why are you fucking asking me sexual questions? Why? Don't you just go away? They're very persuasive, they're very persistent, they're very graphic. It's disgusting. So, I've deleted the application. And that's that. So whoever was coming into my live stream, they emotionally abuse you. They mentally abuse you. You know, they come in, they offer you things, and then they disappear. And then you go looking for them. So they're just, I don't know what you call them. They're very sexual. They're very like showing bits of their body and being open, and they try and attract you to them, and then they go away. I don't know, like male prostitutes. I don't know what you call them. Online prostitutes. I don't know. Like showing parts of their body, and you know, they're not mentally stable. And obviously a lot of these TikTokers take drugs, that they're actually smoking weed on the application. They're intoxicated and they're smoking drugs while they are doing TikTok videos. More than one of them. I've just deleted it. I've had enough. I'll stick to my YouTube videos, I think, which I've been doing since 2009, and that's that, guys. I'll probably do another video later before I go out with my usual Alexa, but this has just been TikTok. Goodbye.
I'm not